Yes, good afternoon. Welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Let's get into it. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online, the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, check this out. So I just thought I'd go over this article today. This is actually dated today, July 23rd, 2023. This is in Cryptopian magazine. And it's entitled Craig Wright as Satoshi Nakamoto. What is the truth about the Bitcoin founder? Check it out. They're actually calling him the Bitcoin founder. So this could be pretty epic. So let's just go through this and see what they have written. In the world of cryptocurrency, there exists few mysteries as potent and enduring as the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto, the elusive creator of Bitcoin. This article seeks to explore the claim of Craig Wright and attempt to discern the truth within this complex web of technical innovation and personal identity. This is not pursuant for the sake of mere curiosity. It is an endeavour towards a more comprehensive understanding of the foundational history of Bitcoin and its implications for the future of decentralised technology. The intent here is not to fan the flames of controversy, but to present a balanced and unbiased exploration of evidence, allowing the reader to form an informed opinion on this matter. What the truth about Craig Wright as Satoshi Nakamoto? Hullabaloo! Oh my goodness me! Contents: 1. The birth of Bitcoin and the mystery of Satoshi Nakamoto. 2. Who is Craig Wright? 3. The revelation: Craig Wright as Satoshi Nakamoto. 4. Cryptographic evidence, a deep dive. 5. Legal battles, assertions under oath. 6. Repercussions within the cryptocurrency community. Ooh, juicy. 7. The global implications, regulation, public perception and future of cryptocurrency. And 8. The bottom line. Alright. The birth of Bitcoin and the mystery of Satoshi Nakamoto. Conceived in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis, Bitcoin's inception was fueled by profound dissatisfaction with the existing financial system and a vision of creating a decentralized digital currency impervious to a governmental oversight and institutional control. Well, again, decentralized is actually commoditized. It's not actually a currency; it's money. Big difference between the two, but we'll let these people off. The brainchild of this revolutionary idea was Satoshi Nakamoto, who introduced Bitcoin to the world in a white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Remember, doesn't say digital gold, doesn't say digital dog shit, doesn't say store of value. It's a cash system. Published on the 31st of October 2008. This seminal document outlined the architecture of a decentralized peer-to-peer electronic cash system, laying the foundations for the development of Bitcoin and subsequent blockchain technologies. Despite being the architect of a groundbreaking technology development, Nakamoto remains an enigma. The name Satoshi Nakamoto is a pseudonym, and the true identity of identities behind it have remained undisclosed. Nakamoto's communications were predominantly limited to forums and emails and ceased abruptly in 2010. This led to an influx of speculation and a myriad of theories regarding Nakamoto's identity, none of which have been substantiated beyond a reasonable doubt. The mystery surrounding Nakamoto's identity adds a layer of intrigue to the tale of Bitcoin's creation. However, it is important to remember that the true significance of Satoshi Nakamoto lies not in their concealed identity, but in the novel technology they introduced. Bitcoin, with its underlying blockchain technology, has undeniably disrupted the financial landscape and paved the way for a plethora of other digital currencies and blockchain-based innovations, which are all scams, may I add. Who is Craig Wright? Here we go. As we attempt to penetrate the opaque cloud shrouding the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto, the name Dr. Stephen Wright emerges into the limelight. Hailing from Australia, Wright is a computer scientist and a businessman with a portfolio that boasts extensive experience in information technology and digital security. Wright's academic credentials include a doctorate in computer science, with his research areas encompassing cryptology, cybersecurity, and data structures. Beyond academia, his professional trajectory has seen him assume roles within an array of IT companies, predominantly focusing on the development and implementation of security protocols. In Bitcoin and other blockchain-based technologies, Wright's involvement has been marked by a significant degree of controversy. He surfaced on the Bitcoin scene as an active member of the community, sharing insights and ideas that displayed a depth of understanding of fundamental mechanisms of Bitcoin and the blockchain technology supporting it. In 2015, the question of his potential connection with Satoshi Nakamoto began to circulate within the digital community. This was initially fueled by leaked emails and documents suggesting that Wright was involved with the Bitcoin from its nascent stages. This document insinuated that Wright had been communicating with key individuals involved in the early development of Bitcoin, further heightening suspicion regarding his association with the pseudonymous creator of Bitcoin. Whereas we now know that it was Ira Kleiman who was leaking Craig's identity and as being the pseudonymous author behind the name Satoshi Nakamoto. That was revealed in the Kleiman versus Wright case. The revelation: Craig Wright as Satoshi Nakamoto. The speculation regarding Wright's association with Satoshi Nakamoto evolved from a murmur to a thunderclap in December 2015, when both Wired and Gizmodo published articles suggesting that Wright could potentially be the mastermind behind Bitcoin. These articles relied on a trove of leaked documents, including emails, legal transcripts, and accounting forms that seemed to tie Wright to the creation of Bitcoin. Then in May 2016, Wright himself stepped forward. I don't think he did, actually. It was after the Gizmodo and that outed him, yeah. Declaring openly and emphatically in a blog post he is Satoshi Nakamoto. This declaration was accompanied by what Wright claimed to be cryptographic proof, linking him to the early blocks mined by Nakamoto. In an orchestrated event, he also demonstrated the signing of a message using a private key associated with the first Bitcoin block, a feat that theoretically only Nakamoto could achieve. This announcement sent shockwaves throughout the crypto world. The impact of his declaration reverberated beyond the community, reaching the corners of financial institutions, regulatory bodies, and the wider public, all of whom were intrigued and befuddled by his revelation. Media outlets immediately sprang into action, dissecting Wright's claims and evidence with an eagerness fueled by the magnitude of the claim at hand. Wright's revelation also piqued the interest of renowned members of the Bitcoin community who approached the presented evidence with a cautious curiosity tempered by years of false claims and unverified assertions. However, the scrutiny of Wright's claims did not yield a unanimous conclusion. The crypto community was fractured, with some viewing the evidence as conclusive proof that Wright's claim, while others regarded it as inconclusive, potentially manipulated, or outright deceptive. Oof. Cryptographic evidence: a deep dive. The principal pillar supporting Wright's admission as Satoshi Nakamoto is the cryptographic proof he provided. Cryptographically, the art of writing or solving codes forms the bedrock of Bitcoin's security infrastructure. Actually, it's economic, but that's all right. It enables the anonymity. Actually, no, it's not. They're not anonymous. They're private. But again, we'll let them off. So the anonymity of transactions guards against double spending and verifies the ownership of the Bitcoin addresses. A cornerstone of Bitcoin's cryptographic foundation is the concept of digital signatures. When a Bitcoin transaction occurs, it is signed using a private key that is unique to the Bitcoin address from which the transaction is initiated. This signature serves as a mathematical proof of transaction authenticity and is verifiable using the corresponding public key without exposing the private key. Wright's demonstration in 2016 was intended to validate his claim by replicating this process. He allegedly signed a message using a private key known to be associated with one of the early blocks of the Bitcoin blockchain, blocks believed to have been mined by Satoshi Nakamoto. Theoretically, if Wright could generate his signature using this private key, it would indeed provide strong evidence of his claim. However, his proof was met with widespread skepticism. Critics questioned the validity of his demonstration, noting that the procedure he conducted was not performed with a transparent manner, making independent verification difficult. Some experts suggested that the evidence presented could have been cleverly manipulated to appear valid, while others demanded that Wright conduct a similar signing procedure in a more public, verifiable manner. Additionally, there was criticism that the public key Wright claimed to have used for his demonstration was not, in fact, definitively linked to Nakamoto. It was pointed out that while the public key was indeed associated with early blocks of the Bitcoin blockchain, it was not irrefutably tied to the Bitcoin creator. Well, yeah, fair enough. The examination of Wright's cryptographic evidence does not lead us to clear conclusion. It is tangled in the integral threads of cryptography and shrouded in the complexities of digital signatures. While some view it as a firm attestation of his identity as Satoshi Nakamoto, others perceive it as a smokescreen obscuring the true nature of his relationship with the origins of Bitcoin. Interesting, but I mean, the way he proves himself is economically, really. He's the only one maintaining the Bitcoin protocol with any economic value. It's kind of obvious that it's him, really. So in 2018, a lawsuit was filed against Wright by Ira Kleiman, that's the one I mentioned earlier, the brother of David Kleiman, a computer forensics expert who died in 2013. Ira Kleiman alleged that Wright had manipulated documents and emails, illegitimately gain access to thousands of Bitcoins, more like 1.1 million Bitcoins, that Dave Kleiman had mined in early days of the cryptocurrency. What if that's what he actually said? That is an absolute load of crap. I think the actual allegation was that they mined them together, and so therefore he was owed half of them. I don't think he was saying that Dave mined them, but again, we'll let the article off. The lawsuit gained significant attention, primarily due to the sheer value of the disputed assets, reportedly amounting to over a million Bitcoins, 1.1 million. However, it also brought to the fore additional layers of intrigue, as Wright asserted under oath that he and Dave Kleiman were involved in the creation of Bitcoin, while Wright identifying himself as Satoshi Nakamoto. So Craig explained himself with that. So he actually sort of like didn't want the memory of his friend to just simply be insignificant. And so he was saying, well, he sort of helped me with Bitcoin, but Dave was not involved in the mining of it or creating it. It was just Craig was asking him for a bit of help on some of the programming, is the gist of it. During the proceedings, Wright was ordered to provide a list of his Bitcoin addresses, an aspect that theoretically could have proved substantial evidence supporting his claim. However, Wright claimed that he did not have immediate access to this list due to an intricate encryption system, adding further intricacy to an already convoluted situation. The court proceedings have since been characterised by a multitude of legal manoeuvres, allegations of falsified documents, and contradictory testimonies. The lawsuit, originally aimed at determining rightful ownership of disputed assets, has morphed into a dramatic unfolding of claims and counterclaims around the creation and early development of Bitcoin. Indeed. Let's have a look at the next one. Repercussions within the cryptocurrency community. Again, I mean, they're just throwing that cryptocurrency word around. The claim of Craig Wright to the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto is not an isolated event. Its ripples have reached far and wide, significantly impacting the broader cryptocurrency community. The ramifications of his assertion are multifold, extending across the sphere of market dynamics, community sentiment, and the philosophical underpinnings of the Bitcoin movement. A key concern with the cryptocurrency ecosystem pertains to the potential market influence wielded by Satoshi Nakamoto, owing to the significant amount of Bitcoin presumed to be in their possession. If Wright were conclusively proven to be Satoshi Nakamoto, the question of what he might do with his substantial holding becomes pertinent, potentially leading to market instability due to the uncertainty of his intentions. Simultaneously, Wright's claim has engendered considerable polarization within the Bitcoin community. While some consider his claim as an audacious assertion without substantial proof, others accept his claim based on the evidence provided. His divergence of views has led to intense debate, fracturing community consensus, and fueling a narrative of divisiveness that goes against the collaborative ethos of the Bitcoin community. A more philosophical level, the assertion of Wright challenges the very essence of the Bitcoin narrative. Satoshi Nakamoto's anonymity has always been perceived as a symbolic representation of the decentralization that Bitcoin promotes, signifying a shift away from the reliance on central authorities. By asserting himself as Nakamoto, Wright potentially disrupts this narrative, raising questions about the ideological direction of the Bitcoin movement. Well, Bitcoin was in 3 phases. First of all, you got a technical phase, which was the release of the white paper. Then you got the speculative phase, which was neutral growth, while the dilution of the centralized starting point was taking place. And then you have the adding value phase, which started on the 1st of January 2020, when the Tulip Trust was returned to Craig Wright, and he can prove he's Satoshi Nakamoto, which would remove speculation from the market and add huge amounts of value, as it would give people more confidence in it. But the powers that be don't want that. That's why there was that was the process. The global implications, regulation, public perception, and future of cryptocurrency. From a regulatory perspective, Wright's claim, if validated, would bring a palpable face to a movement that was born in anonymity and intended to remain decentralized. Regulatory bodies around the world grappling with these challenges posed by cryptocurrencies may find in Wright a focal point around which regulations can be crafted, potentially shifting the dynamics of legislative control in the cryptocurrency sphere. In terms of public perception, the Nakamoto identity saga, with its blend of technological intrigue, legal drama, and character study, has captured the attention of the broader public. Wright's claim and the ensuing debate has served to catapult Bitcoin and cryptocurrency further into the public eye. The exposure, while contributing to awareness, is also laced with the potential to confuse and mislead given the intricacies and controversies involved. Looking towards the future, the resolution of Nakamoto identity could significantly influence the evolution of cryptocurrency. Again, all cryptocurrency is economically worthless. It's a complete scam. It is a digital commodity, but we'll let them off. An accepted validation of Wright's claim might consolidate power and influence in the crypto world, potentially leading to centralized tendencies that contradict the foundation ethos of Bitcoin. Well, no, because Bitcoin is economically competitive and globally distributed. And there's a chain of digital signatures, meaning that everybody is held equally accountable. So there is no control. The only control lies in BTC, where they've segregated the digital signatures, so those who have the signatures centrally control the network. And again, same in Bitcoin Cash. They were implementing Schnorr signatures, which was basically scrambling the signatures, so there's no legal recourse. And they were changing the order in which the transactions were recorded within a block, so somebody has the power to do that. They have control of the network, which is ridiculous. So alternatively, a rejection or continued uncertainty might maintain the status quo, preserving the principles of decentralization. No, it's about commoditization, you fool, but we'll let you off. And collaborative development that define the space. The bottom line. Here we go. Let's see how they conclude then. Despite the convolutions, debates, and uncertainties, the influence of Satoshi Nakamoto on the world of cryptocurrency remains unequivocally profound. Regardless of his true identity, Nakamoto's visionary innovation has irrevocably altered the digital landscape, instigating a revolution in finance and technology that continues to evolve and inspire. A thought. Those claiming that Dr. Wright is the self-proclaimed inventor of Bitcoin should consider all the chaos that happens if his life after exposure to his life after his exposure by Wired magazine in 2015. They should ask themselves, given everything that's happened to Dr. Wright since he was revealed as a Satoshi, who on earth would want to have asked for that? It bears repeating, Dr. Wright has nothing to gain from being exposed as Satoshi Nakamoto in December of 2015. On the contrary, it set his life into chaos and caused him a much personal distress. The Australian Tax Office raided his properties and certainly embroiled Ira Kleiman to launch his $1 billion cash grab. Ooh, yeah, cash grab. Disclaimer. The information provided is not trading advice. Cryptopian.com holds no liability for any investment made based on the information provided on this page. We strongly recommend independent research and or consultation with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions. That was very good. Quite enjoyed that. That was a good article. Right, we'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.